Right, how's it going? Welcome back to Beyond the Boxes, episode 3. The series for you if you want to escape the tyranny of the pentatonic boxes, mostly by playing on a single string. Just to recap, last week we were talking about passing notes. So first finding the notes of the chord we were doing, which was A minor. So we were on the G string. We were finding the notes A, C, and E, which are the 3 notes in this chord. And then finding the other notes that were in the key but weren't in the chord. And then noticing that they were a little bit more unsettled. So if I give this open A as a reference, that B note, which is not in the chord, but in the scale, sounds a little bit unfinished. So to play that note in passing by starting on one of the safe notes, playing that note, and then arriving at one of the other safe notes. So for example, there's our A, there's the passing note, and there's C. It's the next safe note, which is in the chord. You also go the other way, so starting on C and traveling down towards the A. So that was passing notes, and that was last week. This week I want to talk about what are called Appoggiaturas, sometimes called accented passing notes, because often rhythmically passing notes are unaccented, played on the offbeats or weak beats. If last week we were trying to subtly get away with playing those notes in between the cracks, this week is putting emphasis on those notes for dramatic effect. So sometimes people will do this as a part of a chord, something like this. So it's not subtle at all. It's like, so regular A minor. You've got the A note on top, so that's the root note. That's one of the safest notes. Whereas if I put the B note on top, right, it sounds a little bit more incomplete or unsettled. So let's start with the first one. So we're going to play a B note on the beat. So let's give it context first. Okay, so we have the tension, the dissonance of that note against the chord. And most people's ears hear it resolving down, but they could also resolve up. Okay, next one. It's going to be between the C, which is the 3rd of the chord, 1, 2, 3, and the 5th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this D note is in between the two. Right, so again the C sounds finished, and the E, you could finish your phrases on that, no problem. But when you play the D, same type of thing happens as the B. It just sounds a little bit more unsettled. And then if we want to resolve it, just go down. Or go up. Next one's the most tense. Just like when we did passing notes, this was the most tense one. So we've got E, we already know that's the safe note. This F note is in the key. Right? But it's got a lot of drama to it. So let's start on the F, hear all the dissonance. And then hear the resolution. It's a bit far to jump to resolve upwards, because if we resolve up to 7, it's never going to sound as satisfying an end as resolving on the 1 of the 3 or the 5. So, well, I'll show you what it sounds like. Even if the band was playing A minor 7. Doesn't sound quite finished yet, you know. And even if it was the major 7 that you get on a harmonic version of the scale, it's just even more tension that would need to resolve still. So most of the time the 6 resolves just down. If you were to go for something like that, often it would be met with a chord change from the band, you know, more likely to play. And then back to A. And you have the resolution that way, but if we're just going to stay on one chord, it's more often that it would resolve downwards. So I'll put them all 3 in a row. So 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 to 5, 4 to 3, 2 to 1. To 3, and 2 to 1. Obviously, we don't have to just play these notes. You could slide into them from below. Or from high above, so. Or you could even do a pre-bend, so we'd bend the string up before. So normal bend, I'd be starting on, let's say, this C, bending up to the sound of the D and it coming back down. So, but we don't want to give the game away too early, so we're just going to bend the string beforehand. So the string is already bent up, and then you're just going to hear the falling part of the bend. So. There's the 2 to 1, the B to the A. Okay, so that's Appoggiaturas, or accented passing notes. Next week I'm going to be talking about what are sometimes called auxiliaries. So you're starting on one of the safe notes, going to one of these unsafe notes or unstable notes, and then returning to a safe note. The big difference between auxiliaries and passing notes is often, if I'm starting on the A, I'm often playing this B on, dramatic note on my way to another safe note. Whereas with auxiliaries, it's more the case that you're going to start somewhere, go somewhere else, and then return to where you came from. And so and they can be in the key. They can be up or down. Or it can be chromatic. Or above and chromatic. Okay, that's us. Hope that helps. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.